Clash Royale is no stranger to many different strategies and ways of playing the game. That being said, there are some things in the game that you really just shouldn't be doing. So here are 13 more things in Clash Royale that you just might be doing wrong. The first mistake you might be making is not splitting your archers. The archers are a strong 3 elixir card that I personally enjoy using, especially when they're evolved, but they are often way too easy to counter with arrows or even log depending on the situation if you play them both on the same side. Instead, you can either place the archers in the very back middle of the arena to split them, or if you're already building up a push from the back on one side or both, feel free to split them closer to the bridge, which will force your opponent to counter both sides since the lone archer will get some damage if left unanswered. This strategy will allow you to avoid getting easily countered and it'll force your opponent to spend more elixir to defend your pushes. The next mistake is simply using the minion horde. Now don't get me wrong, I have nothing against minions and I actually think they're a strong card both on defense and offense. In fact, the minion horde does give you more minions for a cheaper cost per minion than a regular minions card. That extra value does come at a cost though, as your opponent can simply use the arrows or even fireball on your minion horde to take it out for a positive elixir trade. This is different from the regular minions where using arrows against them would be an even trade and using fireball against them would be a negative trade for your opponent. If you do decide to throw the horde into your deck, I'd recommend taking a page out of the last tips playbook and splitting them in the back to get more value and put pressure on both lanes. The next mistake I see people make all the time is ignoring the pushing mechanic in Clash Royale. If you don't already know, you can actually push slower troops like the P.E.K.K.A. to get them to the tower much faster by simply placing them at the bridge and then placing a faster card like a Hog Rider or some goblins behind them. You need to line this up correctly though, since if you put the Hog Rider off to the side even just one tile, he'll most likely just push past the P.E.K.K.A. and go to the tower on his own, most likely leaving your push ineffective. So especially if you already use the Hog Rider, goblins, or another fast moving ground troop in your deck, I'd recommend giving this strategy a try since you might just catch your opponent off guard and get an easy win.